Really we need some steps, but there are no steps because of where we are built and the terrain, and the first way to get steps is to use the auto lathe, which we can't power currently. Okay, so this is problematic. I think what we're going to need to do is take the gas canister from our welder here, and we're going to need to use that in our pack to power our jetpack. Now, as far as I know this works, but fingers crossed. Jetpack, and it worked. That is good. Goodness. I'm glad. Okay, we are probably going to want to move the solar panel to that panel there to save us from using that set of cables there. So we're going to need our drill for that. Does our drill have power? No, it does not. We are going to need to take the battery out of that. Oops, sorry, down there. We grab the drill. Grab the no, we'll just pick up the drill. Pick up that, press F, put that in there. It's a bit tedious swapping all this stuff around, but it's what you have to do. Now, before sunset, we need to go up here and deconstruct. So we need a crowbar first, I think, actually, to pry the glass off it. Put the crowbar away. Drop the glass sheet there. Get the drill, deconstruct the solar panel. Get this, and we'll cycle to the single port option. Put that there. Put the glass sheet back on top. We're going to chuck that down there. We're going to get the wire cutters and get rid of all these cables here that we've used. And then we will need to re-angle the solar panel to get more power. So now we should have perfect amount of cable, maybe with one left over, to hook up the auto lathe inside. So okay, we want that. We are going to put that away. We're going to get the wrench and we're going to tilt it towards sunrise. That should be sunrise there. We'll put it to about 10%. Put our wrench away. We'll grab the rest of our tools, put each of them away, and that should be it. So nitrogen, we'll just pick that up. Not that we've got anywhere to put it. Oh well, leave that there then. So we're going to get our coal, we're going to put that in there. When we turn this on, then it will start using the coal. So you don't have to use all of the coal in one burst, which is good. And I guess whilst we're outside, let's smelt some stuff. So I'm just going to take the tool belt off, chuck that on the floor, chuck the cable on the floor, and then we will go to our backpack, grab our mining belt, so open it up, grab some iron, chuck the iron in there. We're also going to grab that iron there out, that copper, sorry, and that gold, and then we'll smelt a little bit of each. Drop our mining belt there. So basically what we're going to want to do, turn that on, that will go green, we turn that on, and then we activate that. Now, if you'll notice that this light will start flashing on and off, that's because it's not getting consistent power. When it doesn't get consistent power for long enough, it deactivates, and you have to reactivate it. That's because we're using a solar generator with no APC, so no area power controller, which will stabilize the power flow. So, influentially, this means that we will start getting separate stacks of ingots because it's doing it in separate bursts of processing. So we are getting through it pretty quickly, it's about 1 per second. And this is iron, so we will try and get this entire stack done, and then we can have at least 50 ingots of iron, which will be wonderful. And then we can start making stairs and stuff so we can get up on the roof. Then we can start expanding the base, building more machines, and so on. So the next machine we will build is probably going to be the electronics parts printer. I think that's what it's called. So EPC or something, EPP, I forget what it's called, but Just put some copper in there now. Just smelt the copper. Copper takes slightly longer than iron to smelt and uses slightly more power, so it's more likely to deactivate the furnace and have smaller bursts of processing done. So we'll just keep on processing that. But as I was saying, we'll make the electronics parts printer first, and then we'll build the hydraulic pipe bender. So they will basically give us all the things we need for early game. And then the last machine you end up building is the fabricator, which, you know, it's sort of the machine that builds everything. It sort of replaces every other machine, and it has access to basically every recipe in the game, which is extremely handy. But we do not need that straight away, and it is expensive to use and to run in terms of power. First, electronics parts printer, so we can build another solar panel using gold, copper and iron, and then we can get some more copper cables as well, and we should be better off. So we'll just do this, and then we'll go into the auto lathe and I'll show you some actual parts building, and then that will be the end of the episode probably. So we'll just smelt these last 3 grams. Ooh, sunrise, lovely. That means we're getting power. 1 gram. Put the gold in quickly. Gold, and start smelting. So gold takes a lot longer than copper to do. We're talking about 2 seconds per ingot, I believe. Oh, we ran out of power, so we're just going to put some coal wherever the coal went. We did have a stack of coal. Pick up our mining belt. There it is in the actual belt. Put the coal in. Like so, activate. Drop the mining belt there. Put some more iron there, but we're not too fussed about that. We just want to get some gold done. So, I will come back once all of this is smelted. Alright, and we are back. So, I actually just smelted everything, all of the ores that we collected. So, now, one thing to note is that you can't actually stack ingots from separate stacks. So I've got 9 here in my hand, I can pick up another 11 here. You can stack them to 50 grams, and yet I can't stack them like that for some reason. That's because when they come out in separate bursts of the arc furnace here, they all come out in small stacks of this small amount that they were smelted in. But then you can't restack them, so the only way to restack them currently is to pile them all into a machine like the auto lathe here, and then when you output them, then they come out as one stack. So we'll go inside after we collect all of our stuff here. So we'll just grab our tool belt, our mining belt, and then that should be it. So I've turned off that there. That should be everything. Actually, we should ideally re-angle the solar panel whilst we are out here. And just jetpack onto the roof here. Upwards. So we'll just angle that to 70%, so that way we get the afternoon sun. And we'll just turn off our jetpack because we've only got limited fuel. And we'll just turn that on. Hopefully we get enough power for long enough to cycle inside the base. Praying that it works. Getting pressure. Cancel pressurization because it's never going to reach 100 kilopascals. And we turn off that. Oh no, we're getting power in here. So as you can see, blue and green, it means we're getting more power than we're using. So we're getting enough power for that little battery to charge, thankfully. We'll just turn the console off so we're not wasting as much power. That battery there is full, lovely. We're going to turn the battery charger on for the moment. And that should hopefully charge these batteries just a little bit. That there's still charging, which is nice. We're going to drop our mining belt now. And now we can grab our wires and we can link up our cables here. So we're going to do that. We're going to get a corner like so, like so. Get a straight one, and then we just need to get our wire cutters out. Oh, that one's run out of power there. That's we've used all of the power in there. It's actually drained from the battery before it's gotten more power. So it's actually just going straight through the battery into here at the moment. So hopefully that will start to charge now that it's not plugged in anymore. But basically we want a T junction, like so, and then that should be good. So only one cable left, so I was estimated right with the 10 cables. So now potentially what we can do is we can actually just grab that battery, put our wire cutters away, turn off that there, just so that one there gets some power, and we should be able to turn the auto lathe on here. But first we'll leave it turned off, because you can actually go through the recipes whilst it's turned off. But you can see what we've got here. We've got 73 grams of iron, 33 grams of gold, which is quite a lot for the early game, 27 grams of copper, and 13 grams of silicon. So first thing we want to make is not construction kit, walls. Floor grading we'll do eventually, but we actually want a kit for a electronics printer. So when we turn it on, it will tell us what we need. So we need 20 grams of iron, 2 grams of gold, and 10 grams of copper. So we'll just do that now. So it's probably going to use a fair bit of power, but it looks like we're getting more power than we're using still, which is nice to know. And it's at 8%, so it's going to take a little while to do, but it will print nonetheless. And once we get the electronics parts printer, first thing I'd like to build is another solar panel, and then after that we can build a portable lamp, so I can film it. And then the portable lamp is so bright it can light the entire room up easily and doesn't use too much power, which is nice. So just let this print. We're actually not getting any more sunlight, so it must be that the sun's gone down. Turn the airlock off, save power, the bolts engage. Getting more power there, so we might need to swap that battery over when it goes flat. 46%. Nearly there, 51. Just looking around at all the stuff we've got lying on the floor. Let's actually bring the base pressure up a little bit more, so we're actually not using too much. How much do we have left? We've got 900 kilopascals. Not too much. Open that up to 100. A bunch more inside the base. Maybe if we're lucky we can get it up to 100 kilopascals, and then we can use the airlock like it's supposed to be used. So actually we'll just might as well drain this entire thing. We're not going to use it for anything else. Okay, now that that's empty we can just decrease it and close it. Like that. So it's brought the base up just a little bit. So that one's now nearly flat. We're at 92%, 93, 95. It's actually a nice temperature in here, 13.9 degrees Celsius. And what I will do, okay, that's now done. And one thing to note is that this will keep on trying to make more parts if it's got enough ingredients in it to make more of. So now we have the electronics printer. So that is good, that is really good. So we're just going to chuck that battery there, move the tracking beacon, move the glass sheets. Basically I want to try and place this in a way that we can still use minimal amounts of cable, because we won't be able to print any more cable until we get this thing hooked up. So we're actually just going to link it. It's pretty limited, isn't it? I guess we're going to have to link it that way. It's going to be a bit tedious to get to that control panel and this control panel, but we can do it, and we're going to be using minimal amounts of cable. So we'll just quickly link that there up. We will grab the junction and power it that way. So depending on the actual type of piece that you place, depends on the amount of cable it uses. So if I'm doing a straight piece of wire, it uses one piece of cable. If I'm doing something else, then it will use a different piece of cable. So let's just cycle through here. So we want cable coil. I'm not sure what you need for that, but you need 0.5 grams of copper. Lovely. So how you get the ingredients that are stored in here out is you pull this lever here, and then when you turn it on next, all the things that are in it will come out in nice little stacks. then you have to close that lever, otherwise it will keep on outputting when you put stuff in. Now we'll just put everything in here, copper, gold and silicon, and then we'll turn this on and we will print some cable coil, because we're going to need some, because we are running low. So we'll just print, I don't know, 10 or so. Okay, 11, that's good. Now we'll just cycle through here and find the kit for the solar panel. So it will be construction kit or just kit, solar panel, kit battery, we will get those eventually, kit computer, kit fabricator, kit lights, logic IO. We'll go through the logic, in fact we'll do an episode soon where we automate the solar panels. The solar panel, what do you need for that? We need more copper. So we'll just save that for next time. So we're going decent. We've got an airlock that works, we've got a pressurized base, we've got machine set up, we've got smeltery outside set up. We just need more resources, and we need another solar panel so we get more power throughout the day to charge our batteries up. Because power at the moment is the killer problem, and that is what will be our demise. So I'll save power by wrapping this up. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.